Sir Hamid Patel, whom you see his picture here, is now the head of OFSTED, the very institution tasked with safeguarding educational standards in the UK. But how much do you know about his track record? If you haven't heard about his troubling past track record, then brace yourself, because what I'm about to tell you will make you question just how aware the UK government is about keeping extremism out of our schools. Patel's past isn't just controversial, it's downright disturbing. Let's start with the schools he ran. Under his leadership, staff members were caught on camera calling for the stoning of gay people, banning music as satanic, and pushing hardline religious doctrine onto students. A Channel 4 Dispatches investigation even revealed that teachers at one of his schools warned pupils that ties that you wear around your neck, could turn into serpents on the Day of Judgment. That's why you don't see any officials in the Islamic Republic of Iran wear a tie. They think it represents the cross. They either wear these like all buttoned up round t-shirts, or just a shirt all buttoned up. You never see them wearing a tie. And it gets worse. Patel's schools invited radical preachers, including Sheikh Abdul Rahman al-Sudai, a Saudi cleric, hardline Saudi cleric, who literally called Jews pigs and prayed for their annihilation. When Sir Hamid Patel was questioned about this, he said, "Oh, the girls wanted to see this guy with 5 million followers. They'd seen him on YouTube. He only stayed for 20 minutes. So that was okay because it was only 20 minutes? Never mind about his extremist views and what he's telling the pupils at your schools." Another guest speaker, Ismail Meng, described gay people as filthy and worse than dogs and pigs. This is the kind of influence Patel has allowed into UK classrooms in the past. There's also the Trojan horse scandal, a plot to push Islamist extremism into British schools. Sir Peter Clarke, the former head of counter-terrorism policing, who reported on the Trojan horse affair, reported that hardline Muslims had handed out secular head teachers in a coordinated, deliberate and sustained action carried out by a number of associated individuals to introduce an intolerant and aggressive Islamic ethos, and that this was too orchestrated for there not to be a degree of coordination and organisation behind what has happened. Instead of condemning the scandal for what it was, Hamid Patel dismissed Sir Peter Clarke's concerns, arguing that it was just simply establishment suspicions. Really? Segregated classrooms, forced systematic removal of secular head teachers, and the banning of un-Islamic subjects like biology, that's just suspicion, really? And then there's the charity he oversees. It seems the first thing Islamists do in the UK is to start a charity, by the way, because the Charities Commission is just so useless. Hamid Patel's charities include jihadist figures, some of whom have expressed support for the Taliban. So we have a man with deep ties to radical Islamists now setting educational standards for British schools nationwide. I mean, may the Almighty help us, because I have no idea what has happened to Britain. Meanwhile, under Patel's leadership, his Star Academies Trust enforced strict Islamic codes. Pupils were encouraged to wear the hijab outside of school, recite the Quran weekly, and avoid un-Islamic stationery. That, for example, by un-Islamic stationery, he meant like stationery if they had pictures of pop stars and that on them. Is this the kind of broad and balanced education OFSTED is supposed to stand for? Those who are defending him emphasise that, he's raised the academic standards of the schools he's been in charge of. So what if he's raised the academic standards, if he's promoting extremism and non-British values? So we have like high academic standard schools that are preaching extremism. Is that good? And here's the question. How did a man with Hamid Patel's track record got knighted in the first place, and how did he get appointed as interim chairman of OFSTED? Where is the due diligence? Where is the accountability? Where is the concern for our children at school? And is there any media outlet that dares to ask Hamid Patel what his take is on the Batley Grammar School teacher who remains in hiding for his life some 4 years after showing cartoons of Muhammad to a class discussing freedom of speech? By the way, not one trade union, not one teachers' union supported him either. Let's not kid ourselves. Keir Starmer's government had all this information and still gave Patel the job. Why? Political correctness? Fear of backlash? Either way, the result is the same. British education is now under serious threat. What do you think? Should Hamid Patel have been given this role? Or has the government made a catastrophic mistake? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe so I can continue with the channel. Thank you for watching.